What is up, guys? Mikey Messina here with Mikeydailycarry, back with another quick carry review. And today I'm going to be talking about the knife that you should add to your collection in 2024. And that is one by Vero Engineering. And this right here is the Vero Synapse Lefty version. There is a right-handed version of this knife, but Joseph was kind enough to think about us lefties and made a left-hand variant of the ever so popular Vero Synapse. Now, just to get disclaimers out of the way, this one right here is one that I actually purchased myself, and this one right here was one that was sent to me by Joseph and Vero Engineering for review. Let me talk about the difference. This is the version 1 of the Vero Synapse. It's also a Blem version, and this right here is their original version, which originally came with the marbled carbon fiber scales, which I had switched out to jade. You might be wondering, what the heck is a Blem knife? Well, let's talk about it. So blemish knives have imperfections that are often minor and do not affect the knife's performance or durability. This may include scratches and or discoloration of the blade sometimes, handle, scales, and or clip. It also may have an off-centered blade, but in looking at this, I really can't tell, honestly. I did know that it was a version 1 because the authenticity card that it came with stated that it was a version 1, as opposed to my one that I purchased, it said that it was a version 2, so that's how I know the difference. Let's talk about some specs between both of these knives. Pretty much identical in all ways. Obviously, just the color is different, but let's get into it. The overall length of this knife from tip to tip, you are looking at 7.35 inches. The blade length itself is 3.2 inches. The blade thickness right here is 0.138 inches. The blade steel on both of these knives, M390, very strong and durable. The handle thickness is 0.075 inches, and the weight of both of these knives is 3.5 ounces, very light. There are multiple ways to deploy this knife. So if you look right here, there's actually a flipper tab. There's jimping right here on the front, because if you're skilled enough, unlike myself, I'm still practicing it, you can actually front flip this bad boy. And then you have this notch right on the back of this knife where you can actually slide your finger through and spidey flick like so. So you have your spidey flick, which I just showed you. You have the back flipper as well. Or if you're skilled enough, you can front flip it using that jimping right there, which also acts as a nice thumb ramp when you're holding this knife like so. The blade itself, the aesthetics, the ergonomics of this knife is absolutely phenomenal. I do have to be a little biased here. This is one of my grail knives. Well, this one right here is one of my grail knives, and I finally acquired it. I really only have 3 grail knives ever, but I acquired it and I'm super happy about that. I met Joseph and his wife for the very first time at Blade West. They are very cool people. I actually did a small little pocket check and interview with Joseph on my YouTube for my recap of Blade West. You guys can check that out at the end of this video. And super down-to-earth people. Now, why should you have this knife in your collection for 2024? Well, for starters, the Blem edition, if you're left hand or right hand, is actually a lot cheaper than the normal price that they have for the regular version that I also have. All their Blem knives are gonna be discounted for 15% off on their site, at least until they sell out of all these things. The ergonomics and just the overall beauty of this knife is one to admire on a day-to-day basis. I find myself gravitating towards the Vero Synapses every time I'm taking my dog out for a walk, anytime I'm going out to the mall, going out to work, whatever it is, I find myself reaching for that knife more than all my other knives. I really like the fact that Joseph took his time to think about us lefties here, and no, this is not an ambidextrous type knife. This is geared specifically for lefties, which I absolutely love. You don't have to worry about moving the clip over and having an unorthodox way of carrying your knife. He kept this in mind, so I really appreciate that. If I could change one thing on the Vero Synapse, it's this, the pocket clip. You guys know me, I like pocket clips that ride deep, and this right here stops at about there. So you're gonna have that much of the knife popping out of your pocket. If you're anything like me, I like to be very discreet with what I carry. Obviously, the clip is a very nice addition. I guess if people know their knives and they see that hanging out of your pocket, they can see that. But for others that see that I am carrying, I don't want that much of the knife popping out. I really want it to just ride a lot deeper. I feel like this is perfect for your everyday carry needs. If you're looking to just have it for pictures, if you're actually looking to cut things and you're an Amazon box warrior, perfect for you. If you are outdoors and you go camping, you're overlanding, you're out in the wilderness, this is a perfect knife for you. Or if you're just finding one to really go around and tinker with, these knives are absolutely phenomenal. And the colorways that they have are amazing. They have a lot of different variants. They also have a lot of different scales that you can buy on their website. They recently just released titanium scales. Joseph, hopefully you can release some titanium for us lefties, but they have that out there. You will not be disappointed with these knives. Again, I just want to say thank you to Joseph and Vero Engineering for letting me check this knife out, really to see what the difference is between the V1 Blem and the V2. And honestly, I can't find the difference. I really can't. I don't know. I might have to do a little bit more research and really get nitpicky with where everything is, but off of first look and glance, I don't see what is different with these knives. But give them a follow at Vero Engineering on Instagram. Give your boy a follow for more quick carry reviews. And if you want to watch more videos like this, consider subscribing to the channel and watch more videos right after this. Peace. Welcome back.